let's address, because this we got to hit the most hard hitting topic first. It's Groot.
All right.
It's Grail. It's Grail Groot. GG. It's Grail Groot, because we need to talk about this Groot, because I still can't really decipher if this is life size. I think it is, right? I think it's one
life size.
Yeah, because it's like 10 inches tall. So to me, this Groot is retailing at $275 for the deluxe or $219 for the standard. That is very interesting. So this is going to be from the Groot show that comes out. Is it already? It's not out yet, right? I don't think so.
Yeah, it's out. It's like little mini
okay.
shows, mini series.
I knew it was coming out at some point. And it was going to be like little mini episodes, but I wasn't sure. I honestly haven't heard anything about it, which shows
like
you
5 minutes.
Yeah, which shows you, I guess, how much it's caught on that no one's really talking about, at least in our sphere, right? So I'm going to start with Keco first on this one. Keco, for this life-size Groot, the question is not how good is it, but how many are you going to buy?
I have the definitive Baby Groot.
So
this is the one from Guardians Volume 2. It is the one with the Ravager outfit. It comes with the multiple face plates and the different hands, things like that. This is the definitive Groot that actually contributed to the story. So this, the I Am Groot, whatever this is, was a complete cash grab for people that they're like, ooh, let's continue to capitalize on Baby Yoda and make something. And that's where I Am Groot came from. I mean, we already know that Baby Groot is no longer a thing in the MCU because he's grown up. He's a tree. He continues to grow. So this is just a let's grab some people that really like cuteness and see if we can't sell a few of these. Now, if you have this one already, then I don't see the real need for this. Do you really want him in his Ravager outfit where he did something, or do you want him dressed like a fern? Do you want him dressed in some jammies? You know, it's for people with disposable income that's like, I might as well just put this on the shelf. This is funny, but it's not something by any means that I'm putting in my collection, by any means.
Yeah, I'm with you, Keco, on this one. It does look kind of funny, and it would be something like, I've always
it's
said,
great to pose around. If you want to do like Elf on a Shelf, you know, during the holidays.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I've taken pictures before with him, like in like the Christmas tree or with Christmas lights being cute. I've taken pictures of him with Draco and with Grogu, my life-size Grogu, and things like that. And it's fun, but this doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But
one thing I would say, Keco, also is that if you were gonna like remember how I mentioned to people that if you're gonna have like certain collectibles in your room and to attract a woman, they would want to be cuter collectibles. This would be it.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
So if you were going to buy any collectible to say like, hey, this is the one collectible that I can maybe use to say this woman thinks I'm not like a 40-year-old virgin, right? But sometimes we get that unfair stigma as collectors. This would probably be the one, right? Because they would look at this and be like, oh, that's from Target, right? And you could lie if you wanted and be like, yeah, it is. You could be like, I picked it, like it was for my nephew, but I just kept it. You know what I mean? You could just be like something like that.
But did you know that because before I had this official one, did you know, minus all these accessories, if you want the naked one, they have an official knockoff one for $30 on eBay that you can get the exact same one.
Really?
Yeah, $30. And I had it before this one, and it's the exact same thing. It's a same from the same mold, all that stuff. The only thing you don't get is the alternate face plates and the different hands, but it's the exact same figure. And if you want to pay $30 for it, it even comes with like some cardboard little speakers, because remember he danced to the little speakers in Guardians 2. So I mean, that's an option if you don't want to pay $270. But I do like the pajamas. I'm not gonna lie there, but
yeah, cool.
Sure. If you want to impress one of the ladies and say, hey, look how cool I am, then yes, this probably is one of the cuter ones. Although I think most people will associate the cuteness with a Grogu. Most people will be like, oh, I know that. That's the Baby Yoda guy.
Yeah, the Baby Yoda.
A lot of people may not know this. And if you say, hey, who's your favorite Guardian of the Galaxy? Huh? Most people don't know that, honestly, to be honest.
They're going to be like, what is that? Like an anime? What is that?
Pretty much.
They're not going to know. But I say it kind of jokingly, but I do feel like with this Groot, I'm sure there'd be some people out there who want it, right? But I think it's probably pretty likely to be discounted, would be my guess. Unless, like what Carlos has been talking about, maybe this is not a high pre-order figure. Maybe they just don't make a ton, right? Maybe they're just like, well, we're just going to make 55 Groots and call it a day. But you know, it's nice that people are getting another option at a life-size Baby Groot. I mean, because there's going to be people out there probably that are looking for that. So it's not for me. Just to jump in here before Carlos, it's not for me. I do think it looks pretty cool. It has like that cuteness factor that I'm sure the show and the figure are both going for. And it does look like a faithful representation to the character from what I remember from Guardians 2. So this doesn't seem too far off. That's pretty interesting. I don't know that I would pay about $300 out the door for this because I could get this or Cad Bane, right? So for most people, it's like that's a very, very, very easy decision. But for some out there, they might want every baby Groot. So what do you think, Carlos? How do you feel about this I Am Groot Grail here?
Well, I agree with Keco.
Do we have this recorded? I was want to hear.
Yeah, we want to record that. It's going to be clipped. So
I agree with Keco. I mean, you really don't. I don't want to say you don't need it, because technically we don't need anything, right?
Yeah.
And any of these collectors that I need. But I would say this is on the bottom tier of needs. This is going to be one of those like, hey, we can't sell Captain Marvel, but if you do buy her, we're going to throw this in for like free or something like that. It's going to be like Stanley Barber type deals. You know what I mean? Or because I just don't see a lot of people going after this. They probably went after this just because they felt like, oh, well, like if we make this, because that Groot you have, Keco, that one's going pretty good on the aftermarket, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he goes for like on eBay.
Yeah. So they're like, hey, let's see whoever wanted a Groot and didn't get a chance to get one. Maybe we'll make this. But the bigger thing here that I'm surprised by is that I think at this point, this confirms it, and I was really waiting for this. It's that, and I kind of knew it, but every single Marvel property, it doesn't matter how good or bad it is, we're gonna get figures from it. Because if we got figures from this, at least one, like that means we're gonna get a She-Hulk, right? She's coming. She's gonna, and that's gonna be an interesting one. So that's what this tells me. Like anything that's Marvel or Disney owned, we're gonna get something from it. So that's probably the most interesting thing, and that about this figure is that it confirms for me something that I've been curious about, and it's confirming it 100% now. So.
Well, Carlos, I'm wondering if maybe they have a contractual obligation from Marvel to say every single MCU release needs at least one figure. I'm wondering if that might be something they might have.
I would say a Disney thing, right? Like,
yeah, maybe it's a Disney thing.
is like you must make something now from everything. So like we're gonna get probably something from what's that? Oh, Andor, Miss Marvel, all these different things. You're gonna get something, because I've seen all of these just because my little nephew wanted to see it. I think there's maybe like 5 episodes, and each one's like 3 to 5 minutes long, something like that.
This would be good for kids, don't you think?
Yeah. So it's like if they're gonna make this, like they're gonna make everything.
Well, what if? And Keco, I could
the N1 baby is coming.
Yeah, it will. It will. Keco doesn't believe it, but Keco, what if I throw this one to you? Like for example, Carlos just threw out like She-Hulk, right? What if they go and say Professor Hulk reissue from She-Hulk, right? And they don't even make She-Hulk. They could do that, and then because She-Hulk's got to be an expensive figure to make, and no one's gonna buy it.
I don't think so. I think
it's a brand new body. It's got to be seamless. Like it, it's like it's green. Like
how much you look? If I'm Hot Toys, I'm like, yo, I was gonna say this B, but it's a female, so like. This figure is gonna have all the joints in the world. So we can make
they're gonna half-ass the hell out of it.
Yeah, they're just like, we're just gonna make something. You know what I mean? And there you go. And then Disney's gonna be like, oh, but why does She-Hulk have joints? Hey, Electro had joints, visible joints. So we're not being picky here. Like it's just what we want to do. Exactly. So there you go.
Yeah, but yeah, Keco, what do you think? Is that something you could foresee, like sort of a contractual thing where they have to make something?
I don't know, because we've waited forever to get a lot of things. We're still waiting on Hawkeye Clint, but we do have Kate Bishop.
Yep.
We have. There you go. We only got one Moon Knight. We only got one. Okay, but we never got anything from Werewolf by Night, which I don't know if they can do because of the occult and things like that. I don't know if they'll do anything with that, but I mean, I don't even know who you would really do from that. Would you do a man thing? Spoiler, everybody. Would you do a man thing? I mean, what? I mean, I don't think there's anybody interesting. I don't think there's anybody interesting enough that you would want to do a figure out of. I mean, because even just the werewolf wouldn't really do much. I don't know that. Yeah. I don't know if they're contractually out. They might be able to pick and choose and be like, "Hey, I'd like you to see what you can do with these things." I don't know. I mean, if there's no figure there, I mean, there's no way that say they are going to do a She-Hulk line.
Sure.
Who would they pick? Would they put Daredevil from She-Hulk or Professor Hulk from She-Hulk? Yeah. But why would in the world would you not make a She-Hulk then? Because that doesn't make a lot of sense. And then you'll get a lot of people being upset that
Explain to me why they decided to make a Gilgamesh out of all the fucking Eternals. Let's make Gilgamesh.
Because they had to make Athena, and they're like, well, might as well put someone else out there too.
Right.
You know, we already designed this box.
How to be him,
so might as well.
And maybe an Asian actor. So yeah, could be that too.
Yeah. Hey, that's true.
But guys, let's move on from Groot. Like I said, I'm sure there's a market out there for it, but it's just not us.